moment from his early days with Boyzone. Just have a look at this.
You're going to be the answer to take that. Okay, well, who is who now? You identify yourself.
I'm Ronan Keating.
Ronan Keating. Where are you from?
I'm from Swords.
From Swords, okay. Cue the music then. Let's hear it.
Burn, baby, all my energy. Burn, baby, all my...
Here we are, proof that things change and people move on and...
Not much better.
You see, I thought you were lovely then, bless their hearts, weren't they lovely?
How long ago was that? It was 7 years ago. 7 years ago.
Yeah, and
93.
you were only, what, 17?
Yeah,
you must
16. 16.
Yeah. Gosh, it all started so early for you, didn't it? And now you're a wise old man.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yes, you are.
There was a wise old man who would have bought the rights to that, so you couldn't show it anymore.
We won't do any more of that, don't worry. Actually, I do think we've got one more sort of clip coming up later on, but don't go yet, Ronan.
3 different ways to embarrass you, Ronan.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, now we've embarrassed you. Sorry about that, Ren. I've got to get this out of the way first of all, OK? Because lots of people are going to be waking up to this headline this morning. There it is on the front of the Sun. Quickly put it away, so we don't want to give too much publicity to the sicko who was carried out that death threat. And understandably, you actually don't want to talk about it, do you?
Not at all, so it doesn't bother us in any way.
Yeah, all right. So we'll move on. As I say, it's quite understandable that you don't want to talk about it. You've got a family to think about as well. Exactly. Which is why you're working so hard.
Absolutely.
To bring the money in for that family. And you've got a new single out, which is why you're here this morning.
That's
Life is a roller coaster.
Indeed.
And you've been #1 already with your first solo single.
Yeah, I was lucky with When You Say Nothing at All that I went straight in at #1. But it just means that I've got a lot to live up to straight away, you know, with this single, which is quite difficult. And also 4 #1 albums with Boyzone. So the pressure's on this week.
Do you really feel that pressure? I mean, will it be a disappointment to you if come Sunday you're not #1?
Yeah, it would be a massive disappointment if I wasn't, you know.
Because Mel C was on earlier on in the week, and with her new solo single, and she said, you know, that the paper, she got to #4 with one of her singles, and she said, you know, #4 was considered as a failure. And
yeah, well, that's the thing. I remember when we started out, which is only 7 years ago, like, and to be in the top 10 was a hit record. And it's terrible because nowadays if you don't go in at 1, you failed. If you're a new act, it's okay for bands like U2 or any established acts to go in anywhere else. But if you're a band like Boyzone or Westlife or Samantha Mumba or whoever it may be, if you don't go in at 1, it's like people go, oh, hang on a second, what's wrong here? You know, which is, it's really sad because the quality of music is good enough to
but does that take the enjoyment out of it?
No, I love what I do, luckily, you know, and we're working hard on it, and, you know, hopefully it'll turn out right at the end of the week.
I'm sure it will. Will you be by the radio?
Oh, absolutely. All weekend I'll be watching it.
Yeah. Oh, bless your heart. And does Yvonne, your wife, live that with you?
Oh, she does. God love her. She has to go through every minute of it with me. I'm an antichrist at home at the minute.
Are you really?
Yeah,
oh, poor lady. There she is with that gorgeous little boy, Jack. Well, he's never been little, has he? He was about 10 pounds when he was born.
10 £10 he's massive.
Yeah, bless his heart. And what's he now, about?
He's 15 months now, 15 He's tearing the house apart.
Yeah, I know. You've got a lovely family, actually. How's your brother, by the way? Is it Gary that looks like Mel Gibson? He's got the most gorgeous brother as well.
Don't tell him that, he's bad enough.
I told him at the time, but he's almost your right-hand man, isn't he, Gary? I mean,
he's a good guy,
you've got a lovely, lovely family. Your sister, Linda, I'll ask you about this all later.
You met them all.
I'm slapping his leather trousers here all the time. Sorry, Ronan, I'll wear a hole in them. But you know what strikes me about you? You are only 24 now, and yet you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're an erstwhile manager, you're a husband, you're a father, you're a TV presenter. You once swept hair up of your mother's hairdressing salon.
Not too long
but what has struck me is really, you know, because it all started so early, is that you've never sort of had that, you know, you've never had a normal job, have you really?
Well, yeah, I used to work in a shoe store in Dublin as well, and I wasn't very academic. I didn't like school very much, and I always wanted to, I was more interested in making a few pounds for myself, which is quite weird at that age. But yeah, no, like this is one of the toughest jobs I think anyone could do, you know. In the first few years we sacrificed everything. We left home. We didn't get to see our families or friends for a long, long time. Not that I'm complaining in any way, but you know, you give up a lot, and the hours in the day are very different. Most people work 9 to 5. I work 9 till 12, you know, most days. So it's hard work, and you sacrifice a lot. I'm away from my family, but you know, I love what I do, and I chose this and I'm happy to do it.
But fatherhood's changed a bit, hasn't it?
It does. It changes a lot. Yeah, you change your you know, even down to getting into the car and putting the seatbelt on, like little things like that change. I'm not great at flying anymore. It's really strange how things happen.
Really?
I'm in the wrong job to not like flying, to be honest.
Because you want to be around for that little man's life.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure, why not?
Fortunately, you're going to be around for us this morning.
Absolutely.
Performing
Please, God.
Life is a Roller Coaster, your new single, #1 on Sunday.
Oh, stop.
Lovely to see you.
Yeah, you
it
too.
really is. And
Thank
we'll
you.
be seeing you later on.
Absolutely. Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot, Ronan.
Cheers.
Okay, time for a spot of weather with Shireen.